What's up, guys? Thank you for joining me for another episode of Talks with Pat. Again, my name is Patrick Baker. Today we're going to talk about two things. Is COVID going to end, and what's life going to be like after COVID? So, first question, is COVID going to end? I personally don't think that COVID is going to end because there seems to be no end point in sight. Like, okay, if we boom, get tested and come back negative, great. But that still doesn't prevent us from catching it later on down the line, later on from a friend, a family member, or even a person that we just run into. Secondly, there's no cure. There's no vaccine or cure. So to think that we're going to ever get past it or get away from it is just long thinking, like hopeful thinking, because there's no evidence to show that we're going to get past this or ever, get from this virus. There's always going to be this extra precaution on, wearing masks, staying socially distanced from people. I personally believe that we'll never just be comfortable being around people like we used to. Not completely comfortable. Some people will just let the fact of, they say it's gone and then go back to their regular lives. But a lot of people, I believe, will still have this conscious behavior about themselves, this conscious social distance, to the point where they don't want to put their friends or their family in danger to catching the disease, catching the virus, and passing it on. Because the most important thing is always family. You always got to think about your family first and how the decisions you make every day impacts them. Secondly, what would life be like after COVID? Will never be the same. We'll never go back to normal. I personally believe if you think that we're gonna go back to the normal lifestyle of school, sports, entertainment, parties, vacations, no, I just don't think that's gonna happen. I don't think that's realistic into the type of environment we're stepping into. The danger outweighs the pursuit of trying to get things back to normal. As you can see, once they started opening things up, opening bars, opening beaches, opening clubs, the numbers started to rise. They shut everything down. Boom. You close everything, shut everything down, numbers seem to drop. Now we're going to start going back to school. We're going to start going back to events, sporting events, parties, vacations. And once we start doing that again and the numbers rise, people are going to do the same thing. They're going to start to get worried, start to have concerns, start to socially distance themselves again, because no one really wants to catch this virus. No one wants to be a part of it. Everyone wants to try their best to stay safe. Another thing we should also be concerned about is the false testing or false testing results that we continuously get back from thousands and hundreds of thousands of people who test, and either you're having a false negative or a false positive. So that just puts us in even more unawareness of the situation, because we take the time to get tested and be safe for ourselves and our families, but then we get false results, false negatives, false positives. So we still don't even know what to believe as far as if we're safe, if we're cured, if we're out of harm's way, or if we have it. That's the biggest thing. People just want to make sure that they don't have it and take the precautions that they don't get. So you might be wondering what I've been doing during this whole quarantine pandemic situation. I've been in my house, home, out of the way, out of people's faces. I don't do much. I go to work, come home, and I YouTube with you guys. But other than that, I've been trying to stay safe, stay out of the way, go work, make some money, go home, spend time with family, a couple of friends, and that's pretty much it. I may have been to one big gathering, maybe two, but that's it. But also, I do have a trip I'm going on soon to Dallas to see one of my brothers. And I'm going to take all my precautions on being safe, wearing my mask, wearing my gloves, making sure that I'm staying socially distanced, because I don't want to be in a situation where I'm traveling and then catch the virus just because I'm being unsafe and unprepared and unaware of, how I can get it. You know, they say it's an airborne virus, but it's a contact virus as well, right? Yeah, so if you touch touch a person, touch a surface, touch a thing that somebody else with the virus has, you can also contract it. So, gotta have my gloves. But I'm excited for my trip. I'm not gonna let the whole COVID situation stop me from, doing what I want to do, living my life. Because the best thing you can do, the only thing you can do is be safe. Even with me in my situation, staying home, staying in my house, staying away from people, I could still end up in a situation where I contract the virus and not even know it. So the best thing to do is still do what you want to do what's best for you, do what you need to do for your life, but be safe. Be very safe. Be very precautious. Gloves, hand sanitizer, gloves, hand sanitizer, mask, spray, stick, keep people 6 feet away, things like that. Wash your hands. Wash your hands. I haven't heard people talking about washing their hands, and it's still important. Wash your hands. But I just don't think it'll just go back to normal. I don't expect things to go back to normal. I expect that we are living in the new normal, because there's no insight, there's no end game, there's no we have this to fix this problem. It's we're working on it, or be safe. It's not. There's no feedback from our government, from the people in charge, from the people up top telling us that we're going to find a cure, going to find a way to end it. And it's really a scary sight. It's really a scary thought if we sit and think about it. But we're not going to let that deter us from living our lives, not let that deter us from chasing our dreams, not let that deter us from doing anything that we need to do or want to do. We're just going to do it, just be a little more safe. I personally feel like so Mayor Curry issued a mandatory mask wearing procedure for anybody going out to the public. I personally agree with it, just because it's more of a safety precaution than a issue that's lingering, especially with the associated cases rising in Florida and Jacksonville particularly, that it's best to be safe, best to have everyone wearing them, just because, like you said, people walk around with it every day. They don't show symptoms. We never know. Might never know who has it, who done been around someone who has it. So the best thing for the general public safety is to have everyone wear them, which is smart, which is something maybe he should have did in the beginning, and we're not going to talk about that. Also, gloves. I know I mentioned wearing gloves, but gloves are, especially disposable gloves. If you're wearing disposable gloves, it's not good. Don't wear them all day. Don't wear them everywhere you go. They're disposable. You're supposed to wear them, do what you're going to do, drop them off, put them in a new pair. If you just continue to wear the same gloves all day, all you're doing is just picking up more germs on the gloves. And I don't think you're even protecting yourself at that point, because you're not protecting the next person or the person behind you. You're just spreading germs that you picked up all day, from your house to your car to your cart to your job to your everything else. Kids going back to school is a bad idea. Personally, taking kids back to school would cause a big problem, just because trying to teach kids, have them be socially distanced, have them wear masks, it seems like too much. It's too much for teachers already to have a huge class of 30 students trying to teach them and prepare them for the future. Now you have to do it socially distanced, making sure the kids don't touch, and protecting yourself at the same time. It's a lot to handle for a school teacher. We always have this option of homeschool, which I would personally do if I had kids, but I don't have kids. But homeschooling is probably your best bet right now, just because you're safer at home. You get to also teach the kids things that probably is not in their curriculum that they also need to learn for the real world. So I'm all for anybody, any teachers, any parents, any principals that allow kids to get homeschooled. That's the way to go. Don't put families and friends and kids in danger of a virus just to get them back into school. And school system doesn't teach you much about life. It teaches you. I always say school teaches you to be a worker. School is where you go if you want to be a worker, because they'll teach you how to get the job done, how to get an assignment done, how to do this for this person. But it doesn't teach you about being the boss, about building your own company, building your own finances, things that really uplifts a person as they get older. When do I think COVID is going to end? If I had to make a guess, we have another year of COVID. And I say that just because COVID has taken most of this year away. COVID has taken most of this year away. COVID hasn't, people studying COVID hasn't put out any positive information. I did see something today saying that in the UK they have a cure which is safe. But that is just something I read on the internet. Can't trust everything you read on the internet. So until we start getting proven statistics to show that this cure works and this cure is safe, for them, if you can cover your rent and you got a place to stay, you can figure everything else out.
Yeah.
You can find work, you can find friends, you can find, black-owned businesses, you can find, people that like you and want you to succeed. That's my biggest thing. I think that I can go there. Not even I can't do it here, but I feel like I'm better with new people, around new people.
Really?
Yeah, because
you don't feel like the people around you right now?
I feel like the people, who've known you and they grow up with you, they act like they know you. They'll treat you like, I already know you.
Right.
You're already this type of person, that type of person. People who don't know you, they're always open to whatever you show them. So,
exactly.
That's when you get to recreate yourself, in a sense. Not really trying to recreate myself, but, if I grow my image there, it's just going to grow here. Because people already know me. That's the biggest thing. Even with music, I always tell people, the best thing you can do is get out your city and make your music grow. Because then if you grow in another city, people in your home city, they're going to be like, oh, he's growing, he's getting big, I got to listen, I got to support.
True.
That's my big thing. This thing is just about, getting my name out there. It ain't really about even selling product right now. Right. Because the product the product will sell itself once your name is out there. That's really how you're supposed to do it. So these things are always there. I can try and fail and always come back home.
Bro, I've been watching motivational videos every day on YouTube.
Every morning, listen, that's how I listen. I gotta start my mornings now with a motivational video, just because it's it's someone speaking positivity that just speaking positivity. You don't know them, they can't even talk about you, but it just sounds good hearing, so it gets me started. Yeah. So every morning I do that. I just put on the video. I'm gonna start putting on the video. Pray, video. I tried yoga. I've still tried it. Listen, it's so hard to sit crisscross applesauce nut.
I sit like that all the time.
Do it. Oh, see, you got me beat. Oh my God, you got me beat. Boom, COVID 2020 has taken down our year, but we're gonna keep going, gonna keep fighting, gonna keep pursuing, keep dream chasing. Staying safe at the same time. The only thing that we can do is what's in front of us until we come to the end of this road, which it's not looking like anytime soon. But I want everybody out there to stay safe, stay protected. Make sure you wear your mask, your gloves, you wash your hands, you're staying clean. And don't forget to follow me on Instagram at Pattheprophet. _. Follow me on Twitter at Pattheprophet. Follow the brand at patworld.brand. And see you next time.